Hi guys, we are back on the Air Superiority dev server taking a look at the Su-27. Almost here. And you'll have to forgive me if my voice is a little raspy. I am recording this at the crack of dawn. I got up early because I gotta deliver for my subscribers. A little bit of a quibble right off the bat. This plane is Soviet, not Russian. This is an early model Su-27. It looks to be the Su-27S from 1985. So, come on, Gaijin, get the flag right. You got it right with the MiG-29s. Get it right with the Su-27. MiG-29 from the 80s, MiG-29 from the 2000s. Su-27 from the 80s. So, get that right. Anyway, you can see here while we're on the tech tree screen, it's down at the end of the Sukhoi strike fighter line. And it had the Lavochkin fighters up before that. I know some people are going to be a little cranky about this, that it's down below the strike fighters instead of over here below the 141 since Yakovlev no longer makes fighters. But it is what it is. So if you're interested in getting the Su-27, make sure you finished grinding out these Su-17s if you don't already have them. The weapon system. We've got the 30mm GSH-30-1 cannon. This has 150 rounds. Not a lot, but the good news is it's a relatively hard-hitting gun. So when you connect shots with this, it's going to do significant damage. However, the limited ammo count is going to kind of force you into a little bit more trigger discipline than, in a plane like the F-14 or the F-15 with the Vulcan and, like 50 bajillion rounds of ammunition in a big drum in the middle of the fuselage. Taking a look at the pilot. The ballistics computer has everything you'd expect to see here. You've got all the regular features, the CCIP and the CCRP for its air-to-ground weapons. You've got the EEGS for close-in knife fighting with the cannon. The radar warning receiver is the SPO-15LM. This is accurate to what the early model Su-27s had. And combined with the 96 countermeasures compared to like the 200 plus that the F-15 gets, this is going to make the Su-27 marginally less survivable in the current top tier meta. This is not a competitive radar warning receiver for, BR-12 rank 8 matches. It is what it is. It's not going to get any better. Don't get me wrong. This plane is not going to be some struggle bus. Don't be typing in the comments, oh, Tim said the Su-27 sucks. No, this is going to be an amazing aircraft. Just be aware that those are a couple of minor caveats that are going to impact the survivability. Nothing's perfect. Taking a look at the radar set, we've got the N001. This may or may not be a placeholder. So, normal disclaimer that we're looking at the dev server. All of this is subject to change. We've got the expected look down head on and look down all aspect mode. We do not have a pulse Doppler velocity mode. That doesn't surprise me. The Soviets never really placed a lot of value in that particular radar display mode. And we don't see it reflected on this radar set. Not really a big deal. And of course, we've got the infrared search and track, which is that little orb out in front of the cockpit, that we expect to see on the modern Soviet aircraft. Additionally, the J-11 is over here in the Chinese line. I'm not going to be spending any time on this in this particular video, and I'm probably not going to do a separate video on this unless they make some big changes to it on a second dev server or something. Right now, it is a copy-paste of the Soviet Su-27 over in the Chinese tree. Now, let's take a look at the weapons. 10 hard points. 10! This thing is like a frickin' container ship full of missiles. Look at this. Look at this. You can carry 4 on these center pylons. Now, these inner 2 are actually in between the air intakes, but it's representing them with like a left and a right, even though they're stacked like front to back on the actual plane. This set of pylons are under the air intakes. This is the inbound wing station. You can see here I've got the 27 ETs. And of course, sorry, I'm very sleepy. It's not the last time I'm going to click the wrong thing. And you've got the R-27s out on the wings. Now, I'm sorry, the R-73s out on the wings. Now, this plane is going to get a pair of R-73s as its stock grind air-to-air missile. This is going to be a minor advantage over, like, the F-15 and, some, you know, like the Gripen and stuff that are going to get, like, a 9L as their stock grind. The R-73 is a monster. This is currently the best dogfighting missile in the game. May or may not get supplanted by the AAM-3. We'll see. But in either case, this is an extremely competitive weapon. And it's not bad to get for a stock grind. Now, one thing to notice, the infrared versions of the R-27, the T and the ET, can only be taken on the inbound wing pylons. So you can only take a maximum of 2 of them. You can't take them under the air intakes or down in between the engines or anything like that. So something to know about there. If you're interested in the R-27T and ET, you only get 2. However, if you don't care about those, you can swap them out for more ERs or some more R-73s. So overall, pretty good air-to-air weapon loadout. In terms of air-to-ground, this is not a bomber, and I'm going to give the same advice I did with the F-15, that when you are done spading the plane, basically ignore these air-to-ground weapons and use this thing as an air superiority fighter. That's what it's for. But there is some air-to-ground capability here that will help you in the stock grind. You get a fairly good selection of different types of bombs, including the napalm and a bunch of unguided rockets. You get the familiar 8KOs, you get the 130Fs, and you get some S-25Os. These are unguided versions of the S-25 rocket, so no laser or anything like that. All right, let's get this thing out into the air. Hey folks, so we are out in a match in the Su-27. This thing is enormous. I want to mention something kind of right off the bat. The fuel. I flew out with a full load of like 45 minutes of fuel. This is a thirsty plane, of course, but my point in mentioning it... Oh, let me engage this guy. Come back around on him. Come on, give me the Hobbs shot. Oh, he's got a buddy. It's not good. Wasn't even done talking about the plane and I'm already in combat. How's that? We get a little bit more angle. Take the shot. And what was this? All right, another J-11. Good. All right, what's going on over here? We still got this guy up. Oh! All right, well, we got a little bit of air combat there before I was even done talking about this plane. I'll take it out into a second match. Okay, we're going out into a second match here with a full load of fuel. Something I want to highlight, take a look at the size of this thing compared to that F-16 and that Gripen. The Su-27 is a large aircraft. But like I was saying before, and again, please forgive me for sucking, it's first thing in the morning, and the dev server is full of players who are from other time zones and are like awake and in their prime right now. I'm not. Anyway, the Su-27 and the F-15 are big, heavy sort of aircraft. So you're going to notice a huge difference in the flight performance based on fuel load, more than you have with really any of the other fighters that we have in the game. Except for maybe some of the prop stuff. But in terms of, you know, top-end jet fighters, like the flight performance you saw in that fight against the two J-11s is going to be dramatically different, since I was full of gas, than the flight performance would have been if I had entered that engagement at like 20% fuel. So just something to keep in mind, you know, as you're watching my video and other videos. Anyway, radar set. Search pulse Doppler mode, track while scan. Pulse Doppler head on, track wall scan head on, exactly what we expected to see. Sweep angles, not bad. Range presets, 50, 100, 10, and 25 kilometers. Again, not bad. Let's set that out a little bit for the scan here. And of course, we've still got the infrared search and track, and we've got the narrow band there. I normally like to use the more narrow search when I'm doing the infrared search and track. It's personal preference, though. You know, folks like to do that different ways. So I'm going to be trying to do kind of the same thing I was before. I'm going to see if I can flank out wide, take a BVR shot or 2 or 7 before I really go in and like engage the enemy team. And I'll fast forward a little bit in editing. All right, we're already getting in close here. I got something on radar. I'm going to spool up and get ready for a BVR shot. That was a little bit quicker than I expected. This guy might end up notching me, so... Shot may not go anywhere, but we'll try. We'll do what we can. All right, I saw him deploying some countermeasures. That was basically as expected. Oh, we got someone right out in front here. That is definitely bait for a shot. Looks like it's going well. Get in there. Come on. Come on. Nothing? All right, let's try an ET. Be honest, I kind of expected that second ER to hit. Okay. Disappears out of nowhere. Looks like someone else got him. And we are already in for some close range stuff. You know what? I'll give you something to worry about. Oh, all right. I was expecting that fight to go a little bit longer than it did. Let's see, that was a good Hobbs. Oh, yeah. Love to see it. All right, let's keep our situational awareness up. Okay, we got someone right behind us, and we've got someone out here. Oh, boy. That's probably going to be a kill. Yep. All right, so I'm half asleep, and I'm sucking real bad. But you get to see the Su-27 in action. I may do a follow-up video on this over the weekend when I've got a little bit more time and I'm awake. But anyway, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll have a full review of this aircraft up after the patch goes live. As always, thanks for watching.